Okay, today I'm going to talk about the philosophy of idiots. Okay, I know you don't like that word, but I'm going to use it anyway. I'd rather err on the side of caution than to avoid using that word. Sometimes we have to upgrade the words we use so that people suffer the consequences for their behavior. Okay, I'm Andy Lee Graham. I've traveled nonstop for, 26 years, and I've lived in 114 countries. Okay, today I want to talk about what is very worrisome for me about the United States right now. There are unbelievable things that are happening, like protesting against Israel, fighting back against Hamas. They come in there. I mean, they're trying to say that Hamas is good, which is obviously they did a surprise attack, killed children, they killed people, they raped people, and then Israel can't strategically hit back. This is just idiocy. Okay, defund the police. Absolutely idiot comments, okay? But idiots thrive in a world without consequences for their actions. Common sense is what we learn with pain. Okay, but when there is no consequences for doing something, people have no common sense. Contrary to what people think, we learn common sense, logic, good behavior, how to anticipate a problem by suffering the consequences of our behavior. Now, don't get me wrong, the best way for this to happen is if you do your own thing, like you're riding down your bike too fast and you go down a hill and you wreck it. That's you can't really blame anybody for that consequences. But when a person calls me an idiot, which a lot do, which I feel grateful, when a person calls me an idiot, I sit there and think about what I am doing that makes them think of me as an idiot. Now, to me, it's about the same as when somebody calls me an asshole. I say, can you be more specific? Okay. Yes, I do idiot things. I've done many idiot things. And one reason why I can travel the world is because I have suffered so much for my actions that I have been taught through the school of hard knocks how to anticipate and avoid strategically the problems of life. Okay. The more fire we go to, the stronger we get. So don't ever stop your children from learning, suffering, okay? Don't stop it and make it so that you anticipate every fall. Let them fall. Let them be children. Let them suffer for the consequences of their behavior. I think my mustache is growing badly today. I'm going to have to go cut that thing. I don't like to look at myself in a mirror. Okay, but I don't get angry if somebody calls me an idiot. It's an opportunity to learn. And at the coffee club I go to every day, somebody calls me an idiot. But they're calling me an idiot in a way that is humorous and fun, and they're not trying to hurt me. Now, the one guy is, but they're actually trying to laugh with me. And that's what friends do. Friends talk within, and they point out very succinctly when you're making a bad decision, and they kind of laugh about it and they joke about it because everybody makes a bad decision. When somebody tells you you're an idiot with meanness, erase them, ghost them, get rid of them. They are not, that's just them trying to push themselves above you and by pushing you down. That's a petty, small person. But I appreciate my friends willing to say me when I'm doing something wrong in a polite way. Okay, when I can feel their intentions by the way they talk. Okay, I really don't know what to do with this hat. Make America great again. I think Biden or Kamala right now or Donald Trump. This is a good saying because after living in 114 countries, I believe the United States is in deadly trouble. We are stupider than the most lowly developed country on the planet, any developing country. They like to call it developing countries, but third world nations is a very caustic way of saying it. And but on the other side is a developing nation. But what develops with a developing nation is manners, okay? And what you see is the contracts and the rule of law. That is what a development nation has, and they have a very complete system of guidance to help their people understand things. But right now, that's breaking down completely with, like, there is no respect for the law. Truly, it's the age of time when the goal of people is whatever I can get away with. That's the age of what we're in right now. The concepts we want people to tell us the consequences of our actions. So we want them to politely say, Andy, if you do that, you're probably going to have this problem. And we want them to be brave enough to do this. And they want them to be a friend. And everybody's going to say it's none of their business. But why am I talking to somebody if I'm not in the process of becoming their friend? Why am I talking to somebody if I'm not in the process of becoming their friend? What am I doing? They don't have the right to tell me the consequences or when I'm doing something crazy. That's the lack of friendship. If you don't feel that I don't want to be around you because you're not my friend. If you don't feel safe enough to do it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a safe person, okay? You want to criticize me too much, I can be extremely aggressive. But I'm safe enough with people that are doing things in the right way, okay? I don't talk to people unless I'm planning to become their friend and willing to tell them the good and the bad. A person that's not willing to do that is basically deflecting and basically is not my friend, okay? If you're not willing to tell me the good and bad about a comment, or you're basically not willing to give your opinion on things, or you're not even willing to say that you are voting for Donald Trump or you're not voting for Donald Trump or you're voting, I don't really have any use for you because I'm not learning, I'm not becoming a better person. But here's a good quote from Thomas Sowell, and it really succinctly tells what's going on in the United States. Social engineering, the art of replacing what works with what sounds good. Social engineering, the art of replacing what works with what sounds good. So everybody wants to say what sounds good. So they're changing words from, they're trying to take all the words that very clearly say what we understand with words that people can't understand. Idiots are increasing. Say the word idiot in a crowd and most will be angry. The truth is the best way to hurt people's feeling, therefore, is the truth is the best way to hurt somebody's feelings. If you say it to a crowd, there's someone in a crowd that knows they're an idiot. And they've been called an idiot, and they know they're an idiot, and they know the truth hurts, and that's why they're angry. When you get angry when somebody tells you the truth, you need to take a pause. But when somebody calls you really drastic name, first things first, you got to sit there and say, are they doing it to get power over you, or are they doing it to really say you're being an idiot? But if you don't want to, and if everybody has no right to say when you're doing something stupid, I mean, a boss right now has trouble telling the employee how to do things correctly because he or she can get in trouble. This is absurd. Freedom of speech. But the bigger problem is people want to do it perfect and then they don't say they're an idiot. I would rather err on the side of caution. Therefore, in a few crowd there are idiots, while others have been trained to not tell the truth. Everybody's been trained to lie. Don't call them an idiot. You're thinking it in your head, but you're not going to say it. You're thinking it in your head, but you're not going to say it. What is wrong with you? You don't have to say it either, but you can think it, and you have the right to think that somebody is right. You are angry all the time. Why are you angry all the time? It's quite simple, because you refuse to say this person's being an idiot and I'm going to stay away from them. You won't pass judgment. You do it all the time. You move into a house in a very nice neighborhood. You send your kids to university so that they can what? So they don't have to work with the idiots. They want to rise above the melee, okay? Melee. I'm not sure how to say that. They want to rise above the swamp. But right now, it's ever increasing, and I'm really worried as a person that's lived it. The United States is not really much different than any other third world nation. We are almost the same. They do all the same stupid things. They drive their cars like idiots. They do all the same because the consequences are decreasing, and that allows the idiots to rise to the top. But common sense. What is common sense? This is uncommon sense. Uncommon sense is common sense. Common sense rewards positives and punishes negatives. We basically reward what is good and give consequences for the negative. It's a yin and a yang thing. You got to have both sides of the coin to be intelligent. You can't just all rewards. All rewards creates an idiot, and that's what we're done. We've created it. But these are the new taboos: social shaming, consequences. You can't have consequences. They have baseball games with no winners. Okay, this is ridiculous. They don't want anybody to be a loser. Well, guess what? They're going to eventually learn in real life, because if you don't teach them as a kid, they're going to learn that they're going to become a loser, and they're really going to suffer. So what you're doing is you're enabling the person not to learn common sense. So social shaming, consequences, honest opinions are no longer accepted. Freedom of speech is not tolerated. Yes, we don't call people idiots unless they deserve it. And I really hardly ever use this word. I use it in videos because I'm not talking to anybody directly, but you know who you are and you know you're an idiot. Okay, what happens in the home is often abuse. And this is where the big problem starts, is inside a home, when you have the ultimate power over somebody. See, when a policeman has a gun, he has the ultimate power over you. When a parent or mother has the ultimate power, often it turns into abuse, okay? And when, for example, a child is walking and they trip on something and they do something stupid and the parent calls them an idiot. That's why the person in the crowd gets tired, because they have a trauma from their parents calling them an idiot. And they get away with it, right? And it's not the right way to do. I once tackled a girl, Yvonne. She was running after her daughter because she was angry at me. And I said, you do not hit that girl in anger. I said, you never hit a child in anger. And I was really upset because she was the same as a child. She was one child reprimanding another child. It was not an adult situation. The time has come for people to become adults and to separate the adults from the children. The adults are going to be strict. They're going to say their opinion. But right now, nobody will be they're like leaving it up to the government. We got to let the police solve all the problems. Okay. This is how I used to. When I was on the farm, I had a John Deere hat, a green John Deere hat, and I wore it like this backwards. Why? Because I wanted the sun on my face. I wanted to get tan, but it would make a little line up there, right? Okay, I'm Andy Graham, and I believe in sunbathing. I actually don't believe much in that sun causes cancer, unless you get really burned. I believe that what happens is that you put so many chemicals, you're living in a polluted city, that the chemicals are interacting with your skin and it causes you cancer. So it just makes sense. Common sense. Don't put chemicals on your body. If it will kill germs on your hands, it'll kill your skin. It'll kill you. Okay, and people are putting this crazy crap on their thing. Okay, but consequences. When a child drops something by accident, what you got to do is say, now you have to clean it up and make it a little onerous and and make them feel that it's their job to just in a just world. You don't clean up after every child. You make them clean up after themselves. That's what you learn. You learn to clean up after yourself. It's in a just world. I take care of me, you take care of you. But that's not what we are doing with children right now. And people get real mad when I say I want to shoot a dog. Well, when a dog is attacking me, that's what they deserve. Bottom line. If you do not have the brains and you're an idiot to think that a dog is not a dangerous wolf, they're wolves. Okay, to err on side of caution. I want you to err on side of caution when you're using harsh words. Don't try to choose all your diplomatic words. Just say what it is. Give consequences for dumb behavior. But err on side of caution. It's better to use extreme words like idiot, dumb, and stupid than to enable a child to never learn common sense. That is evil. If you are not going to give consequences for bad behavior, you are creating a person that has no ability to navigate the planet, because we have to learn these things. We have to learn to spend our whole time anticipating problems. The only animal on the planet that can really anticipate all the dangers of the planet are humans. We can avoid the headaches. But when does it become abuse? Setting myself to be called, I set myself up to be called an idiot. I say really stupid things. It's an Andyism. I do it on purpose. Why? Because I want to see how smart the person is. If all they're going to do is pick at my words, they're not very smart. Okay, if I say the wrong word, I use the word idiot when I should be using, they're not, they're kind of not the sharpest tack on the wall, right? There's times to use all these words and there's times to not. But when I use the wrong word and somebody attacks it in a pedantic way and they know what I intended to say, but they want to correct me, that's a power play. And I like it. Why? Because it tells me common sense that this person is not capable of keeping their mouth closed when we're already communicating in the correct way, but they're going to correct me. Okay, that's insanity. I have somebody in my family that's doing this to me all the time. But I set myself up. So like when I go on a diet or when I first got sober the second time after I stayed sober for 3 years, I've been sober for 37 years, but I was sober for 3 years. Then I got drunk for a couple months and lost my driver's license. And I deserved to lose my driver's license. Okay, I was driving drunk. But the point is this, you set yourself up and you burn the bridges. You say what you're going to do and you do it. But the only way to have your friends help you and the synergy of the force of willpower of a group is to sit there together and say to everybody, this is what I'm doing. And then when they sneer, gloat, joke, and you suffer the consequences. So I constantly create situations where I'm suffering the consequences. On the other side is I also set up situations where I can identify the wankers that are watching my videos or the people that do it because they think I'm dumb. So what I do is it's like a thing that Westerns do. In Texas they used to do. They used to always play dumb. And what it does is it allows the other person to start feeling more and more intelligent, and then they expose their hand. Okay, and this is a very good strategic way to deal with people because what you want to do is appear dumb most of the time with people. You never want to appear smarter than people. You always want to appear less than. You want to appear like you have a few loose things, and you want to be part of the pack. You don't want to be the smartest person that always is correcting people. That is definitely an idiot. Okay. But managing an idiot is easy when we accept that our job is first to what? To be an adult. Set up consequences. Somebody does something stupid, you try to figure out how there's a consequence for their actions. But you don't want to be extreme. Okay, but you want to be just, a legitimate just thing people deal with. Right now, there's a lot of unjust things that are happening in the world. You say you don't think there are idiots, yet you refuse to leave home, do not go socialize, avoid everyone, and don't even say hello. That is you saying everybody's an idiot. The minute that you won't say hello to people, you are, in a sense, calling them an idiot. If you have no mercy, no love for another person, you don't think that they have the right to even talk to you or interfere in your world, you're basically saying the whole world's an idiot. So when a person walks down with sunglasses on, black shirt, two big dogs, and their body language is screaming, stay away from me, I stay away from them because they're an idiot, okay? They don't understand what they're saying to people. Okay, and they're afraid of everybody, and they should be, because idiots need to be careful. But talking to another idiot makes you an idiot. So how do you stop being you got to sit there. The minute that you decide that somebody might be an idiot, you got to stop talking to them. I dream of ask yourself when you meet each person, are the intentions of the person good? Do they want to be good? If the answer is no, why are you talking to them? Yeah, you do have to go into businesses and you do have to do business with people that you really despise because they're maybe the only supplier. But that doesn't mean you're going to get into a long-term friendship. The problem with hanging out with anybody that has bad character, personality, full of dysfunctional behaviors is you become like them. You cannot hang around with anybody without becoming like them. And this is the universal truth that people often don't understand. It's whatever you hang around with, you become. So Don't hang around with any idiots. Philosopher, how do you do anything is how you do everything. I really want people to learn to be men, women, adults, and talk and stop blaming somebody else for the problems of the world. If you are not willing to talk up against the problems of the world, you are the problem. You are causing the problem. You're complicit. Philosophy is the love of wisdom. Wisdom seeks truth by binding knowledge and experience, not just intellectual things. It's actually the combination of experience and practical things. A philosopher seeks truth without being influenced by love, acceptance, money, or advertising. The philosophy of asks you, what is your philosophy on idiots? You got to have a philosophy on idiots. You're absolutely overwhelmed with them. You're surrounded with them, and you don't want to talk about them. That is not the solution to a problem. Okay, so please don't go out and call everybody idiots, okay? But I'm talking to a video, right? And you guys that are idiots already know you're idiots, and I love to. There's a lot of idiots that follow me on a regular basis. What they don't realize is they're in love with me. Okay, you're having some real problems, emotional. Get a life. Okay, I'm Andy Lee Graham. I've lived in 100. Become a Patreon so we can meet. Patreons get to talk to me and communicate with me and whatever. Become a Patreon so we can become friends. Okay, it's like a yin and a yang. It's a little bit, you give a little, I give a little, because I have to somehow weigh whether you're safe to talk to. I no longer have time. I gotta go cut this mustache. It's really annoying me. I don't like to sit in front of the mirror with the thing. Actually, it makes the where I'm staying at the sink dirty, full of hair, and I don't really know how to clean it. Okay, I'm Andy Lee Graham. I'm here and you're not. Why not? Life is good. But for some of you that are wondering, I'm going to this week. I go to the cardiologist, and maybe they do a catheter or whatever, try to decide what the reason for it. I'm hoping it was COVID that caused it. I'm hoping it was the vaccine that caused it, and not a blockage of the heart. And I'm hoping that's what caused this little heart infarction, a heart attack. But I will keep making it until I can get to Israel. I want to go to Israel. I really want to go to Israel and study the World War III that's in the process.